Hey guys, Metal Driver here, and Happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed your New Year's festivities and you didn't party too hard. But today I'll be bringing you a top 10 video, and it's not going to be a top 10 best of list, just because that kind of topic is subjective. So instead of doing a top 10 best, I'm going to do a top 10 favorites list. So the figures on this list are going to be some of my favorite figures that I've purchased in 2021, and the way they are ranked are based on how much I love them in regards to how much I loved posing them, taking pictures of them, or displaying them. And again, these are going to be figures that I have purchased this past year. So unfortunately, Ultimate Sergeant Slaughter is not going to be on this list because I do not own it, and this Ringside exclusive Ultimate Warrior that you see, even though I do own it, I've pretty much had it since it came out and I kind of forgot about it. Never opened it, as you can see, so can't really put it on the list because I don't have much of an opinion on it. And shout out to Romps Pippin Road for suggesting this video. So again, this is going to be my top 10 favorites. It might be a little bit different than your list or some of the other lists out there that you may have seen. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at my top 10 favorite wrestling figures of 2021. Alright, and coming in at number 10 is Elite 89 Damian Priest, and I think Mattel did an excellent job on this figure. They executed it very well. The paint apps are great, the color scheme on the attire is amazing, he's got a great set of accessories, and the head scan, it's spot on. It looks just like Damian Priest. And I normally don't rank my figures in my videos, in fact I've never done so, but if I did have to rank this figure, I would give it a 10 out of 10. If I were Dave Meltzer and I were on the Mattel payroll, I would give it 6.5 stars. That's how much I think this figure is amazing. Now you might be asking, if I'm giving it that much praise, why do I have it ranked so low? Honestly, because I didn't really pose it that much. After I reviewed it, I didn't really have time to mess around with the figure all that much, so that's really why it's ranked lower. Had I played with it, had I taken pictures of it, and posed it many times, I guarantee you I would have ranked this a lot higher. Next up on the list is Unrivaled Series 3 Orange Cassidy, and this is really a fun figure to pose or to have displayed. He's got a soft goods jacket, soft goods shirt, he embodies the whatever personality of the real Orange Cassidy, and best of all, he can actually put his hands in his pockets. I mean, what other wrestling figure can do that? There's none that I can think of. Now honestly, my only gripe about the figure is that the rubber gimmick at the top of the pants kind of hinders the articulation a bit. Yes, you can stretch the legs out, but they don't hold its position. The rubber tends to bring the legs back in together. That is something I did complain about in the review. I know a lot of people don't really care about that so much. I did because I am an articulation guy, but despite that minor gripe, I think this is a great figure. Next on the list is the Ringside exclusive Cactus Jack figure, and I think this is a great improvement over the previous two Cactus figures that we received, both of which had these ugly plastic shirts that hindered the articulation in the torso. This one has a soft goods shirt, so that articulation is not hindered. He comes with the ECW Tag Team Championship belt and interchangeable bang bang hands. Honestly, the only other thing that I could ask for would be if Mattel included a soft goods Wanted Dead Cactus shirt. That shirt is iconic. It would have been nice to get that, but it's still a solid figure regardless. Coming in at number 7 is the Unmatched Series 2 Sting, and I think Jazzwares did a fantastic job on this Stinger figure. Yes, the torso articulation is a bit limited, and so are the legs, although I would say that that is kind of accurate to the real Sting. But what makes this thing great is the head sculpt. That is the most accurate Sting head sculpt that I have seen. The older version of Sting by Mattel isn't really that great in comparison. I think they did a good job with the defining moments Sting, but this one is really good looking, fantastic, definitely the best figure in the Unmatched Series 2 in my opinion, and one that you should add to your collection. Up next is the Legends Series Kevin Nash figure, and I think this figure is just he comes with interchangeable hands, which includes the Too Sweet hands, perfect for his Clique members and NWO brethren. He also comes with an awesome soft goods shirt that has the Outsiders image with the Outsiders logo. He's got this really cool attire design, and just everything about it is cool. I'm a big NWO fan. I love Kevin Nash. I think this is a great upgrade to the previous ones. The only thing that would make it better are some double jointed elbows, so hopefully we'll get that sometime in the future. In the number 5 spot is the Ultimate Edition Undertaker figure, and I have been waiting for Mattel to give us a 1998 version of The Undertaker, and we finally received one in 2021. And when I saw the promo images, I was a little bit hesitant on it, just because this main head sculpt looked kind of like Michael Jackson. But it ended up looking a lot better than what I thought it would. Plus we got some 2 interchangeable heads that, even though they weren't brand new, they still fit this Undertaker very well. He's got great articulation, nice attire design. He comes with his WrestleMania 14 entrance vest, which looks great. The only thing that hurts this figure is that the upper body, mainly the upper torso, looks a little bit weird, a little bit too bulky and big. But aside from that, this is a great Taker figure. Next up on the list is the Unmatched Series 1 Darby Allin figure, and I contemplated whether to have this one or the Unrivaled Series 3 Darby on this list, but ultimately, this one slightly got the edge on the both Darby figures. He's got a ton of paint, he's got the upgraded arm tattoo, and best of all, he's got the black version of the TNT Championship belt. So out of the 2 Darby figures, I think this one is slightly better. Either one is great, but this one makes the number 4 spot on my favorites list. Coming in at number 3 is the Ultimate Edition 10 Rock figure. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this incarnation of The Rock. In fact, I'm willing to admit that if this was any other version of The Rock, specifically Hollywood Rock or even an Attitude Era Rock, this would be higher on the list. However, there is no denying that the articulation on this figure is amazing. He is jacked to the gills just like modern day Rock, and what I love most are the butterfly joints. Because with the butterfly joints, you are able to properly pose the people's elbow with this figure, which you cannot do with any other Rock figure. Maybe the SH Figuarts Rock, but that figure wasn't really that great, in my opinion. Now, if we can only get an updated Attitude Era Rock with these butterfly joints, or better yet, a Hollywood Rock, that would be electrifying. And then coming in at the number 2 spot is actually a tie, so yeah, I'm gonna do a cop-out with this one. But I have here both Unrivaled Series 4 and Unmatched Series 1 Kenny Omega. Really, it was difficult for me to choose between the two because I really love both of these. And I've had so much fun posing the Kenny Omega figures. I think Kenny Omega has had a great 2021 in his career in AEW and also in the figure form. These are some of, in my opinion, the 2 best AEW figures released this past year. Unrivaled Series 4, we get all the accessories that we need. We get a great set of tights, an awesome entrance vest, his finger bang interchangeable hand, and he's got a screaming head sculpt that is excellent. And I've said in many of my AEW reviews that the open mouth head sculpts can be hit or miss with Jazzwares, but this one is a complete hit. And then here we have Unmatched Kenny, and the tights are amazing. The way the deco looks, airbrush looks fantastic. The head sculpt is great, probably my favorite AEW head sculpt in the entire line. Really, the only thing missing with that Kenny is that he doesn't have the finger bang interchangeable hand, which is really stupid. I'm like, how can you pack a Kenny without that hand accessory? That's like releasing a Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 19 without having bulletproof on the back of his vest. Oh wait. Alright, then quickly going over a couple honorable mentions. Here we have the Ringside exclusive TNT champion Cody Rhodes. Now I know a lot of people are sick and tired of Cody in AEW and probably in figure form as well. Me personally, I'm not so much. I like this figure a lot. He's got great accessories, interchangeable hands, interchangeable head, the first version of the TNT Championship belt, a soft goods shirt, and a really cool backdrop. What more could you ask from Cody? Except for maybe a heel turn. And my second honorable mention goes to the Ultimate Edition Kane. He has a great body, big beefy arms, which the elites for some reason always had these skinny noodly arms, at least in comparison. Great new head sculpts, an entrance cape, which is a nice little Easter egg. My only issues with this figure is that he's slightly shorter than some of the elite Kanes, and this horrible flesh tone on the elbow. Now granted, Mattel did release a statement, I think in some forum, stating that they would replace these arms if you'd contact customer service. I don't know if they're doing that yet, but if they are right now, then I gotta go send an email. And my number 1 favorite figure of 2021 is Alright, that's enough, JR. Settle down, go on Twitter, retweet some pictures of some hot women, you thirsty old man. Anyways, jokes aside, the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. And quite frankly, this is the ultimate Stone Cold figure that we have ever received, period. Yeah, I know there was an SH Figure Arts that came out a few years ago that had great articulation and even middle fingers, but that figure was so tiny and that line wasn't really that great in my opinion. This one, though, is absolutely fantastic. He's got a great set of accessories, great head sculpts. In fact, he has 2 brand new head sculpts, both of which look amazing. And then the one head sculpt that is reused was improved with the TrueFX printing, so that looks good. He comes with a soft goods t-shirt that says Austin 316, and even though Mattel did release that shirt I think twice already, they had Velcro on the back. This one is a full t-shirt that you actually put over the figure like a real shirt. The soft goods material is really nice, and because it's a full shirt with no Velcro on the back, it has a printing of the skull. So that is a really cool gimmick. I hope Mattel does more shirts like that. And on top of all that, this Stone Cold Steve Austin has the best articulation out of any released by Mattel. He's got the double jointed elbows and the butterfly joints, which allows you to properly pose him in a perfect Stone Cold Stunner pose. No other Stone Cold Steve Austin figure can do that. Not even the recent Elite one with the double jointed elbows. Close, but this one with the butterfly joints, you can do it perfectly. Now, the only thing missing from this Steve Austin set are a pair of middle fingers, but we are never getting that with Mattel, so I can't really hold that against them. Fortunately for me, I do have a pair that I can use for him, but aside from that, I think this is the best Stone Cold figure, hands down, and it's going to be my go-to Austin figure for years to come. So that was my top 10 favorite wrestling figures of 2021. I know it's probably going to look different than yours and other people's top 10 lists. And if you don't like my list, well then I've got 2 words for you. And go subscribe. No, seriously, I've got a great set of videos on my channel, so go check them out. And before you go check them out, leave a comment down below. Let me know what is in your top 10 list, or just what have been some of your favorite wrestling figures released in 2021. And also let me know what figures are you looking forward to the most in this new year of 2022. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great new year. Hope you enjoyed your holiday, and I'll see you next time.